everybody. Welcome to the Oracle Buffet. I'm your host, Heather Carmona. And we've got some really good show for you today. I'm going to be taking a caller here to do an astrology/Oracle Buffet reading. And while we make that happen, let's talk about some sponsors. First sponsor of the day, High Class Grass, plant-based company. Find them at highclassgrass.com, on the Amazon, the TikTok, the Walmart, the eBay, all the electronic stores, something like that. And then Lighthouse Center, lighthousecenterinc.org. That's my grandma's meditation center in Whitmore Lake, Michigan. If you don't want to visit the site, go ahead and visit the actual site if you're in the Whitmore Lake, Michigan area. They got all sorts of cool classes going on there, meditations, book clubs. So yeah, check it out. Well, we're waiting here for our lovely caller to get on the line. How y'all been feeling? I've been feeling pretty good. I will say that with Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries, and me being so Aries dominant, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, I feel the pressure. And I'm sure it's all internalized pressure that I'm putting on myself, but it's a time to put yourself forward, assert yourself, take initiative on your dreams. I'm curious to know how everyone else is feeling with this. Is it just because I'm so Aries dominant? Like if you're a Capricorn or someone would have a square in your chart due to all the Aries energy, like how are you feeling? I'm just taking notes here out of curiosity. But anyway, also, what else do I got for you here today? I don't know. Doesn't matter because I got Maureen in Verona, New Jersey. Hi, Maureen. How's it going? Corrine, excuse me.
Oh, that's okay. Good. Heather, I'd like to know, is there anything good that's going to happen to me in the near future? I keep actually dreaming of all my people that have passed over. They're coming almost every second day in my dreams. It's nothing bad. It's just that they're there. Last night I was baking apple pies for them.
Oh my gosh. I really appreciated that. I pulled a card for you before I even got on the show here today, Corrine, and it was this: practicing how human of me, appreciating your humanness. And I'm curious to know if this resonates with you, but basically the card, it's really long. I'm not going to read it to you on air here, but it talks about how you are measuring yourself against perfection and you're putting too much pressure on yourself, and you need to let go of that drive for perfection and making mistakes or beating yourself up for making mistakes. And you need to understand that that's just being human and not being imperfect. Does that resonate with you at all?
Yeah, in a sense. I always like to be a little better.
Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. That was just a preliminary card. I'm like, we're going to try something different today. I'm going to draw a card before I get on the line and just see what it says. What's your date of birth?
April 29th, 54.
Oh. What year?
I'm an oldie.
What year was that, hon?
1954.
Okay. And do you know what time by chance?
Yeah, I actually do. 3:28 in the afternoon. Yeah.
Woo-hoo. All right. And where did this miracle take place?
Winnipeg,
Okay.
Manitoba, in Canada.
All right. All right, young lady. Let's see what the stars have to say for you. I appreciate you knowing your birth time. Although readings can definitely be done without birth times, it makes it a lot more clear where the energy is manifesting in your life. So just a side note for everyone out there watching. Okay. All right. How far out do you want me to look, Corrine?
Well, at least 6 months.
Okay. Well, I see that you got a couple planets transiting your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, business partnerships. So I don't know if you're paired up right now or you're wanting to be paired up right now, but you've got a good
No
chance of it.
and no.
No and no. Well,
Heather, no and no.
well,
Not
you might be
paired up and don't want.
okay, and that's fine. But you might meet someone, whether you want to or not. You might meet someone coming up over the next month or two here. But I do see where you've had difficulties, and especially with like the conjunction that's going on with, as we talked about, Saturn and Neptune, that you've had difficulties and you've been putting a lot of pressure on yourself as well. I do see things starting to get better over the next few months here, but it's really going to be a testament or a trial of you kind of letting things go, um, because you are kind of stubborn, if we're being honest. Is that correct?
Very much so.
Yep. So you need to
Very
let
much
go.
so.
You need to let go of the
Okay.
control that you feel and stop measuring yourself against where you think you should be and start just accepting things as they are. Exactly what's happening right now in your chart and in your life is exactly what's meant to be happening now. You're going to be coming into a social time coming up here where, whether you want to or not, you're going to be spending a lot more time with more people. Jupiter went direct today, so your social circle is going to increase over the next few months. And you're going to start hanging out with more groups of like-minded people. So whether that's a church or whether that's just friends in general, you're going to be a lot more social coming up. And also intimacy and shared resources are going to be a theme for you as well coming up, of sharing yourself, sharing your stuff, sharing your money, and having other people share with you. That's going to be a theme coming up for you as well. Yeah, you definitely got some social energy coming up here too, or coming up here over the next year and a half or so. So I don't know if you've been considering joining some sort of groups, but it's a good time to do so. And also it's a good time, Corrine, to reflect on your wishes, hopes, and dreams, because you got Jupiter transiting your 11th house. So that's going to kind of kick the door open on those things to where you're going to start to want to dream again. Because you've stopped yourself from dreaming recently. Is that correct?
Not really. Like I said, I have a lot. Well, I have a lot of dead people visiting me in my dreams, like people that passed over, family members, things like that, which
I meant
kind
like
of
dreaming.
concerns me
I mean dreaming
because
hopes and
I'm
wishes
thinking.
dreams.
Pardon?
I meant dreaming like with hopes and wishes, that kind of dreaming, not like physical dreaming.
No, 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 not that kind of wishes. The only wish that I have is that my son would connect back with me. Since he got married about 5-6 years ago, things turned around. I don't know what is his problem, but
I would
that's the case.
Okay. Well, you're gonna, regardless, you're gonna start hoping and wishing again. You're gonna start allowing yourself to dream, have goals and things like that. But I would suspect that when Jupiter opposes Pluto coming up here over the next few months, it's your fifth house and 11th house. 11th house again, hopes and wishes, groups of people. Fifth house, children. I would suspect that there's going to be a change in that relationship coming up at this time, and that's going to be happening over the next 6 or so months. So I would definitely expect a change in that relationship at that time. And the reason why you're dreaming so much about dead people right now is you have Saturn and Neptune that are transiting your eighth house of sex, death, transformation. So you're more connected to the other side at this time because you do have those planets, Neptune being the planet of dreaming, ideals, imagination, transiting that house of death. So I can see where you would be more connected to the other side in your dreams and in waking life as well. So that makes sense with where you're at. And I didn't realize how far into the show I was here, Kareem. So I'm going to pull some other cards for you. What is the past? What does Kareem need to know about the past? We're going to do past, present, future. Past, present,
Past,
and
past,
future.
And future. Basically, health-wise, past, same thing. I've had a rocky road. In the
Okay.
past, I've had a rocky road, and I'm hoping that the future brings me more stability with
Okay.
health.
Okay, well, I was pulling cards for you for that. And in the nature of time here, we're gonna look at the present and future. The present says, "Sacred self, I know I am loved. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows my true worth in every moment. Let me experience that I am loved. My own sacred self will always draw kindred spirits." So get in touch with your sacred self, get in touch with your inner world, and know that you're love and connect with that, Corrine, and stop trying to control things and stop wishing things would be different, because when you're resisting life, life resists back. So you need to stop white knuckling it and hoping that things will be different and let go. And that's actually what the future holds for you, or that's what the cards say the future holds. Relax. I receive all blessings. Oh, beloved, change me into one who knows how to relax completely, sleep deeply, and receive all the blessings of every moment exactly as it presents itself with ease and gratitude. So know that you're loved, it's inside you, and relax. That's what the universe is telling you right now. That's what your chart's saying in part two, is just to let go, let God, but relax and know that there's a very good chance your sun is going to come around over the next few months here when Jupiter opposes Pluto. So I do see a very good chance of that happening there. But you need to let go of control and stop wishing you were somewhere else in life and start accepting where you're at now and what's going on.
Thank you, Heather. That eases my mind quite a bit.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for calling in. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
And it was a pleasure on my part speaking with you. Take care.
Take care. You too. All right. Well, that was a good call. Always a little short on these readings. When you do a full reading with astrology, you get a lot of information. It's kind of hard to break down the ocean into 13 minutes, if that. There's so much information that comes from your chart that it's undescribable, the amount of information you can gain from your chart. So if you've been thinking about doing an astrology reading, by all means, reach out to me. There's a lot that a person could tell about past, present, future, life purpose, life lesson. A lot of those things, or all those things, can be derived from your astrology chart. And it's best to kind of separate time to do that, to sit down and do it to where you can focus and really hone in on the information and really receive the information. And if you don't want a reading, if you want to read your chart yourself, that's totally fine. Astrology is one of those things where you can sit with it for years, actually, and see new truths and new depths and new layers. It's really fascinating. But anyway, if you'd like an astrology reading, I'd love for you to reach out to me, psychicastrology.wi.com, or an Oracle Buffet reading. I do sell Oracle Buffet readings at TikTok. But anyway, that being said, it's been a pleasure. Nos vemos la próxima semana. We'll see you next week, and thank you for joining.